Hello antique fans, and welcome to my antique channel. This is Deanna speaking from Vintage Touch Antiques. Today I have some things that I want to share with you that I'll be delivering to my Vintage Touch Antique booth this Saturday, September the 10th, and then I've got part 2 version which is going in next week, Wednesday, September 14th. So I'm starting off with these few things that I'm putting in on Saturday. Here is a nice sewing machine drawer. I sell a lot of these old drawers, and people use them for just all kinds of things, repurpose them in many ways. This has got your nice little drop down brass ring there, and it's going in for $10. I also have an ironstone display right now on my center table, and I'm adding to that with these early mugs. Now this one could be a shaving mug. It's got that, I lost my thought there. It's got this ridge around the bottom here, I guess, which is many times indicative of shaving mugs. And this one is going in for $5. It does have a tiny little bruise right there on one edge. And then this one is just a really nice old chunky mug. Just real utilitarian piece that was often used back in the day in restaurants and various places. And that's why they've survived so, because these are really hardy old ironstone pieces. And that one is also $5. I've got a school display up right now, and I do have this nice little 48 Star Parade flag that is framed with cloth behind it to protect it. And this little flag is a 4 by 5.5 size. So it's a nice little addition. The 48 Star flag served our nation from 1912 to 1959. So some of these flags are over 100 years old now. So you want to keep that in mind when you're looking at 48 Star flags. And this one is going in for $10. I'm also putting in this nice flat, as you can see how flat it is there. It's a butter spoon. It's got a wonderful smooth patina. I sell a lot of these butter paddles and butter working tools, and this flat type of spoon is kind of unusual and hard to get, and this one is going in for $15. I have a couple of early wood bobbins. They do have a name on them, actually. It's well, I don't have it here on the tag, but can't remember. River is the name that I see on the edge of these right up here. The reason I'm calling your attention to these are they have mohair, like chocolate brown mohair thread on them, which I think is very unusual. And they came with some early sewing things that I'll be putting in later. So I'm going to go ahead and put these with my sewing pieces up there for $4 each. And then just a little vial of early white buttons. There's some real tiny ones in there if you need those for like baby clothes or something. Just sweet little buttons that I'm throwing in for $3. Here's a couple of little tiny mini things. This one, hope you can see it there. It's just a tiniest, as you can see against my hand, the tiniest little primitive copper pail. Has the little hanging hold there on one side, and that pot is going in for $9. And then here is a nice little spinner top. It's all wood except for the little metal tip on the bottom. Hope you can see that. And it's a little more unusual. It's very primitive looking, as you can see. It's got a lot of character wear along the edges, some carved out initials along the edges, which makes it really cute. And that piece is going in for $8. And then I have a school display up there right now, so I'm adding some books to that display Here's an early reader. This is a hardbound, but it's cloth covered hardbound. And it's the third reader, and the copyright date on that one is 1884 if you like old school books. It's got a nice old primitive look to the cover. Here's one that is copyright 1910. Now this one, it's a primer, and it doesn't look like it's ever been used actually. I mean, this one is in very good condition. As you can see, you see the cursive writing being shown there as well. Cute little primer. Monroe's New Primer is the name of it. The first book, and that one is $9. This one is Webster's Franklin Advanced 4th Intermediate Reader. Great old cover there on the front. This has a copyright of 1878, and it's going in for $10. I do sell a lot of these early song books, and I hope you can see there. It's kind of faded out. I mean, it's hard to see the name on the front, but it says The Voice of Praise #2. And it's an early song book that was used in churches. And this has a date inside of 1908. And this one is going in for $10. And then I'm adding to some of my children's storybooks up there at the same time. This is a cute little one that's from the early 1900s. It's a Charles Graham Simple Simon. It's a Simple Simon series, and the series down here, the number series is 0831. So that book is also going in for $9. So stay tuned to part 2, where I'm going to show you what's being delivered on Wednesday, September 14th. Okay, now these are the pieces that I will be delivering on Wednesday, September the 14th to my Vintage Touch Antique booth. And so I've got a number of things here, and in the front I'm going to start with these early lighting pieces. I have a number of those things already in my shop, but I do want to add to that display, and so I've got these pulled out. This is a nice, it's a clamshell design, a tin, you can hear the tin, chamber stick, and it's got this nice little flat thumb rest there on your handle hold. And this piece looks like it may have had a copper collar over top of it, so it may be some kind of plate. This one is going in for $12. I have a couple of these early, they're tin with a brass collar on them. And they were designed to hang on the wall, or you could set them on a table. They are marked on the bottom, Germany. I'm hoping that camera is picking that up for you. And so they are quite unusual, and I've got 2 of these, and they're going in for $15 each. I am selling them separately. And like I said, they both have the Made in Germany on the bottom there. I have a couple of just vintage. This one is probably older. This is an oil lamp. This is milk glass base. It's got this lovely little embossed floral design all around, which is really nice. Nice chimney with the decorative edge on the top. And this one is going in for $29. And then I have a little vintage one here that may have been from mid-century. I'm not sure. It looks to me like it is. It's just 9.5 inches tall. It's got this nice little green basket weave design on it with that raised embossing. Nice little thin chimney. It's unmarked. But it is going in for just $12. So if you like that type of thing, you may want to run in and pick that one up next week. I have a couple of oil burners. These are brass, and this one has got more shine to it. Someone has shined this up. There is no mark on the bottom of that one. It does have your nice little cap that goes over the wick like that, and the handle that, well, the turner that raises the wick. And this one is going in for $10. And then I have one that's earlier, and it's quite primitive, as you can see, well used. This I wasn't able to get out, but that's what would come out where you would put your wick. And this one does say on the bottom that it is made in United States of America. And this one has the finger hold, so it's like a little chamber stick kind of oil lamp. Then I have this early miner's lamp. This one is from Universal Lamp Company, Springfield, Illinois. It's brass with lots of patina. Does not have the shield on the back. Nice piece though, $15 on that one. And then here I have, this is a candle wick snuffer. As you can see, the curved design there that would go, the open area would go down over the flame, and then you would extinguish the flame that way. And this early scissors type of candle snuffer is going in for $9. Now these pieces are my Halloween things that are going in. It is time to put in the Halloween merchandise and start thinking about Halloween, I guess. And I've got some cute things here that I'm adding. Now this is not an old piece, it's just a pre-owned little skeleton, decorative piece, but I thought he looked really charming in this cute little galvanized bucket. And the bucket is going in for $5 and the skeleton $5. And if you set him in there like that, he makes a cute Halloween decoration for you. Now here's also a pre-owned, not old, skull, but I pick these up sometimes just to add to my displays. And this one is $10, and I thought he looked really cute down in this cast iron cauldron. This is a smaller cauldron, 3.5 inches tall, and the cauldron is going in for $12, and the skull is going in for $10. And as you can see, when you put him in the cauldron, he looks really cute and scary. And that's the idea of Halloween, right? And I did show this on one of my previous videos, haul videos. This is an antique gypsy pot. It's 8 inches in diameter. You can see it there. It's got the hearth loop there that hangs for cooking on a hearth. It's a real early antique cauldron, but I thought that one would be good for hanging or using at Halloween decorations. And this piece, because it is an antique, it's going in for $35. And then I have 3 paper mache jack-o'-lanterns. These are all old. They are not reproductions. This one does have its original insert in there, the face insert. And he's the smallest of the two. And I do have my jack-o'-lanterns marked down some. This one is going in for $35. Right now they are listed in my online store, but they will be put on hold while I take them to the antique booth for this holiday. So if you're interested in them now, you might want to just go over there to my antique online store and check these out. I will put the links to these in the description, so you can see the pictures that I have of all of them as well. And this is a larger one. Now he does have an insert, but it is a hand-drawn insert. Those can easily be taken out if you don't like that or don't want that. And I think they look better with an insert, so that's why I put those in there. And this one again is a 7-inch one, large, and he's been reduced down to $89. These early paper mache jack-o'-lanterns are being very much reproduced, and the older ones are so bought up you can't find them very often anymore. So I'm really happy to even have these three to offer you. I have done in the past some videos on decorating with antiques for Halloween, so also you might want to check those videos out from my decorating playlist. This one is the evil jack-o'-lantern, and again he has a hand-drawn insert that can be removed. He's a very scary sort, and he measures 6 inches tall, and he commands a little bit higher price because of that scary face, and he's priced right now at $99. So that is what will be going in this week and next week to my Vintage Touch Antique booth. And let me direct you to the description of my video, where you will find links to my webpage, my online store, and other social media sites. Also, I'd like to invite you to visit me at Antique Crossroads, where I have my booth. Antique Crossroads is in Hagerstown, Maryland. It's a nice one-level mall. I'm on the left side, 3rd row. Just look for the large Vintage Touch sign that hangs in the back of my double-space booth. And before I close, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to like and share if you like these kinds of videos. It's very helpful to me and helps me build up my subscribers, which I am so eager to do. And then finally, let me encourage you to enjoy your collecting of your antiques, to learn about your antiques and how they were used and what the time period was that they were used in. And because it's so interesting and it's full of history, because you know that when you own an antique, you own a piece of history. So bye-bye, till next time.